Good morning, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. What are we cooking today, Francesco? So today we're going to be doing a Potjie Kos. What is a Potjie Kos? A Potjie Kos is a traditional South African dish. It's basically like a stew, but it's done in a cast iron pot. It's awesome. I want you guys to go and Google Potjie Kos. But I want you to sit back and watch this because today I've got a very good friend of mine and his name is Paul. And Paul and I are going to put together this awesome Potjie Kos. So stay tuned and watch. What are we cooking today, Francesco? Potjie Kos. So where's Paul? Paul, where are you?
Hey, where's Paul? Paul, where are you? Hey, Paul's here. How's it, Paul? How you doing?
Trusted assistant is ready.
There's it, Paul. So today, guys, as we promised you, we're going to do a beautiful potjie, and Paul's going to be assistant or doing it. Paul, what did you say?
I'm going to be your helpful assistant, Frank.
Awesome,
It's going to
awesome.
be a lot of fun. 5 hours at least.
5 hours, guys.
South African potjie.
Ah, did you hear that? 5 hours cooking. But I promise you, I won't keep you 5 hours, guys. I'll edit and show you the step by step. So what Paul's done here? Paul, tell us. You already? So we're gonna do a charcoal potjie, eh? Okay.
So what's critical here is that we're using a cast iron dish. Cast iron heats up quite quickly and retains heat a lot. So you don't need a lot of heat down there.
Okay.
Some
okay.
avid potjie makers, they like to use wood because that also affects the flavor. But we just echte normal South Africans, and so we are doing charcoal.
Awesome.
You don't need a lot of charcoal, literally 1 or 2 briquettes on over the next 5 hours just to keep it. The key is a steady heat. So that's what we're about to do.
So Paul's now basically heating up this nice pot and until it's hot, and then we'll start adding our ingredients. So let's go across, Paul, and have a look what kind of potjie we're going to do, because I understand there's various potjies like beef, oxtail, chicken, you know, and today Paul's actually taking us through, what did you say, Paul, a beef potjie, eh?
Potjie. So we've
Check at
got-
that.
What's lekker about South African stores is they've got chopped up pieces of beef that you can use for stew. And then Frank has organized as always, got his chopped up veggies. We've got some carrots, sweet corn, baby potatoes, baby marrows. That's some onion, beans, mushrooms, as well as some more onions. But the key to a good potjie is when you add what ingredient. And so that's what we're going to talk you through as we work this potjie. Oh, and we've also got some liquid stock that we're going to be using. And Frank, where's that bottle of wine?
the bottle of wine.
That's an important part of our potjie.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to share at the end of our show here, I'm going to share the recipe so that you guys can just follow it step by step. So like Paul said, it's actually important to add the correct vegetables. You know, if you start putting things that cook quicker, then obviously you'll burn your potjie. So it's very important to actually do it step by step. So let's start, Paul. I think it's almost ready and getting hot. We're gonna first start with the onions. So let's have a look. Paul, I think it's ready to put some oil, eh?
Let's put the oil in.
There we go.
A healthy dollop.
And you know what? I'm not going to say how much oil you need. Just as long as you cover and coat the pot, is this good enough?
Yeah. I think we could actually use a little bit more. Some oaks are like, 1-2 tablespoons. We just make sure that we've got enough in there.
Very nice.
There we go.
Then we just wait till it starts sizzling. The coals still look good. And you guys, even a layer is good enough. And, you just judge it by the heat of the pot. Okay, Paul, I think it's ready. We can put in the onions. What I've done is I've sliced the onions. I've used about 4 onions. And now the pot is nice and hot, and you can see the oil is sizzling here. If you guys noticed, we've dropped the grid a little bit because we weren't getting much heat. So you guys must just regulate it and see how hot it's getting. So Paul, let's pour in the onions, and let's saute the onions and listen to that beautiful sizzling as it goes
there
in.
we go. There we go. Listen to that.
There we go.
Listen to that.
There's your onions. Let's just give it a while to saute, and then we'll take it out And then, most important, we're gonna brown the beautiful beef that you got for us, Paul.
Lekker.
You know what the secret ingredient is that we never told our viewers?
What is that, Frank?
A good cold beer.
Absolutely, you got to crack a nice one.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Paul, I think the onions are ready. Let's tip the onions out of the pot. We're just putting the onions into another separate bowl because after that we're just going to brown the meat. So we're tipping it nicely in the bowl there and just putting it aside. And think Paul's going to start getting the meat, and we're going to brown the meat nicely. Now the pot is really good and hot.
Some lekker chunky beef, huh? The staple diet of many South Africans. Beef.
I think, Paul, we must add a little bit of oil just to get that sizzling going. Paul, look at this. The meat is now nicely browned.
It's looking good.
Eh? Now it's time to add back the onions. Let's add back those onions we did earlier on. There we go.
And you would have noticed that we've put the pot onto the coals because we were looking for a desired temperature and we got it. So it's all about regulating your heat, whether it's on the coals or slightly off the coals. You've got to maintain your heat.
Okay, Paul's throwing in that wonderful spice all around it. Awesome. And then we've put some salt and pepper already. And let's put a little bit of salt there, Paul. Yeah. As you can see, we're not measuring, we're just going by eye.
There we go.
A nice pepper there. Okay, the next thing is that nice stock liquid. So we're going to pour it in and just see how much we need. So you just basically want to level it so that you can bury the meat and the onions. And then we're going to give it a nice stir. So this is prepared stock. This is a beef stock that we're putting in. Nice one, Paul. Let's give it a good.
There we go.
Let's give it a good stir. Now we're going to stir it. As you can see, look at the liquid there. There we go. And then again, we're going to control how much more stock liquid we want to put in. You don't want to put too much, otherwise it turns out to be a stew. So just mix all the spices together, and then we'll give it a little bit to simmer in there, and then we're going to start layering it with our vegetables. There we go. I think we can close it now. I think, Paul, let's add a little bit of wine, and I think about half a bottle will be good.
Sounds good.
But just remember, Paul, I hope it was at room temperature, eh?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Because if it's too cold, it reduces the
Yeah.
heat.
Just any nice dry red wine. Paul, is any left?
We've got to have some left.
Let's have some left. Let's have a glass. Why not? Go for it, Paul. Let's see what this baby looks like. Wow, look at this. Come through and have a look. Look at this, how beautiful it's simmering. Look at the color. Oh, guys, if only the camera could let the smell through. Okay, now we start layering, Paul.
We start layering.
Now what we're going to do first is the potatoes. So I've cut up the potatoes nicely. Okay, let's put the potatoes. Let's just push that in there. And after the potatoes, it's going to be the carrots. So let me get the carrots.
I'll get the
Get the carrots.
We just got to watch our quantities in terms of pot space. Huh?
Let's see, maybe push it in there.
Got to make sure you get most of it submerged.
Bit of carrots.
Yep, there we go.
Then we're going to put the
Some
onions.
more onions.
And these are like small onions that you get at the shops. Let's put a few of those, Paul. Otherwise it's too much. There we go. I think that's enough. And then we're going to put, this is corn. Let's put a few corns there. Paul, I think we're going to have to put a little bit more stock.
I reckon. Yeah.
What are we? 7, eh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then let's get a bit of stock.
Stock and what else? That's the heavy. What about the?
The beans and the beans and the others will go last. Yes. No, hang on a second. We
The
can
beans
actually
go in
put,
as well.
We can put the green beans. You're right, Paul. Let's put some green beans. Look at the color here. There we go. And then what we'll do is we'll add the mushrooms towards the end, and the baby marrows. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
put it towards the end.
I'm not going to put too much stock because remember we're going to get a lot of water.
A lot of water's going to come through. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Just put it all nicely through there. Nice.
Let's see the. Yeah. I think that's fine.
Beautiful. It's a bit off.
about- yeah.
It's about half.
Yeah.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to close the lid, and you can see if you look there where the liquid is, which is perfect. That's exactly where you want it. And we're going to, yeah, we can put a bit more spice. Maybe just a little bit there. Nice. Good stuff. Now we close it, and guys, it's going to go about 4 hours comfortably. So, you guys want to have a little nap? Come back later. See you in 4 hours. Now we've just added a bit of garlic rolls around the pot. Just warming up the pot again. Just open the lid. Let's have a look what it's looking like.
We're steaming the soft.
Oh, look
veggies
at
on
that.
the top.
It's almost ready. Almost ready. And what I found very interesting is all of a sudden the camp, we've got so many people that have come to sample. Look at these. Check out all these guys coming past to actually come past and sample the potjie. Check out the crowd that all of a sudden they've all come to our Potjie Kos. Hey, this is great, Paul. Look what we've started, eh? This is awesome. Anyway, Paul, thanks so much for being a guest on my show, and this is going to go viral. And guys, please, if you love this, subscribe, and it will be awesome. Have a lovely, lovely day, guys, and signing out. Cheers.